No one wants to be separated from home without your consent or the consent of your family. But Fatmata was a 15-year-old female child soldier from Sierra Leone. According to the child book by Michael Wessels. Presented in the book, she said, "The rebels, they came and attacked my village. They burned many homes and took girls like me as wives. I was 12 years old, just a young girl. I was so scared." Having similar situation happen to my friend Bintu, and in my own country, Nigeria, I felt the pain in her voice while I read the book. Child soldiers. Child soldiers are children that are recruited by force. They, according to the book by Alcinda Honwana, page 51, child soldier is an oxymoron that signifies the violence that this position does to establish social categories. There are no specific age range for child soldiers, but in most cases, those children are under the age of 18. As young as 7, 6, 5, as far as they are under the age of 18, the rebels recruit them. Child soldiers are very useful to rebels in so many different ways. Why? Because the children are so young so they can be easily manipulated, and also their emotional and physical immaturity. And because of this, the children use weapons without knowing what they're about to do and the consequences of what they are going to do. Also, female child soldiers in Africa are both sexes, both males and females. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or it's a girl. They both have different usefulness to the rebels. Female child soldiers. These are children that are raped, just like Fatmata, and later the rebels make them as wives and make them have kids as young as 7 or 12, just like Fatmata was. And also, these female child soldiers do domestic chores. Female child soldiers have a high ability of not having good hygiene, especially when they're giving birth. Some give birth in bushes, and some others have sexually transmitted diseases because they're being raped by so many different rebels. Also, these child soldiers are used as spies, messengers, guards, cooks. They are even sent into combat and made to fight in war in the front line. There's a visible risk of male child soldiers that fight in the front line of death, or even wounds and infections. These child soldiers are also made to commit atrocities so that they cannot be able to go back to their community if they were ever banished or try to escape from the combat zone. Atrocities like killing their own family members, friends, neighbors, or other dreadful acts that can exclude them from not going back to their own community. These rebels also create fear in the child soldiers by so many different ways, torturing those little kids, or killing their friends, or threatening to kill them, or sometimes even making them do stuff they don't want to do. Like one of their friends tries to escape, they're made to cut the arm of their friends just to create that fear in them that the rebels own them and they can't leave. All this also happens when the child soldiers they fail to follow the rules, or they try to escape and the rebels are trying to make a point to them. All these are ways the rebels use to make all this transfer to the child soldiers. Why did rebels pick these child soldiers? They pick child soldiers of this specific range because they feel that most people that are really able to be taken are children that feel hopeless, that have no future because they have no education or have limited access to education, or children that are separated from their families, or displaced from their home or live in comfort zone, or they are trying to have vengeance on someone, so they think the only way for them to support them is by being a child soldiers. There are some places that has stopped practice of child soldiers, just like Mayan. June 2012, they end the practice of child soldiers. 170 children and young adults were let out the army. People are still ignorant of the lifestyle usefulness and the major fact about child soldiers. In conclusion, I am glad to inform everyone that child soldiers are children of any sex abducted from their homes by rebels just to serve specific purposes assigned by the rebels. If failed to complete these assigned works and instructions, they might die or be maltreated or tortured just because they failed to follow the instructions of the rebels. There are victims out there in the world, and according to Grace Machel, UN 1996, war violates every right of a child, the right to life, the right to be with family, and nurtured and respected. These are our future leaders, child soldiers. I pray for victims. Thank you.